Hello, so today we're going to talk about Aiden Fucci. I have some updates about him. All right, he's the guy that murdered Tristyn Bailey. All right, so we're going to get into that. This kid, man, I tell you, he belongs right where he is. Okay. Now, new evidence released in the murder case against Aiden Fucci provides more gruesome details of the 13-year-old Tristyn Bailey's death. Okay, Aiden, who's 14 years old, is accused of stabbing Bailey more than 100 times on Mother's Day. The Florida teen was arrested the next day and charged with second-degree murder. Prosecutors have since upgraded the charge because of evidence that indicated premeditation. Okay, a dozen reports from investigators and the medical examiner were released on Wednesday by the 7th Judicial State Attorney's Office. The documents include more information about the night Bailey was killed and the days that follow, including police interviews with family and friends. Now, this kid told his friends that he was going to murder somebody. He was going to stab somebody. But we did not know it was going to be Tristyn Bailey. Why was it her? If it wasn't her, it was going to be somebody. Because this kid had it set in his mind that he was going to do that and it's going to be big. Okay? One new detail that emerged from Fucci's response to learning of Bailey's death. According to one incident report, Aiden and his parents were in a room at the St. Johns County's Sheriff's Office when his mom informed him that she was dead and her body had been found. Okay? So he says, "How is that my problem?" And this is according to the reports. How is that my problem? No remorse, no anything in his voice because he knew what he's done. So now he's saying, how is that my problem? Oh, it is your problem because you're the one that did it. Also, during the questioning, Aiden said he kissed Bailey, but when she reacted by grabbing him, he pushed her. She hit her head during the fall, and he told her to F off and walked away. To me, that whole thing sounds like BS. Okay? Maybe he did try to kiss her and she rejected him. He didn't like rejection. So he did push her down, and maybe she did hit her head, but he did stab her over 100 times. That's rage. When you are stabbing someone over 100 times, 114 to be exact, that is rage. Okay? And if you look at the picture of him, it's like he's a shell. It's like no lights are on. He's a shell. Something is not right up here. Okay? His father, was in prison for with an underage person. Okay? I heard that his mom was doing drugs at one point. She wasn't a good parent either. And she also washed the clothes that he murdered the girl in. Like, what are you doing? She was arrested for that a couple months ago. The medical examiner's report confirmed Bailey was stabbed 114 times. At least 35 of those wounds were located on the head and neck, and 49 of the marks were defense wounds on the upper extremities. The toxicology found no indication of sexual assault. Bailey's body was found lying in a wooded area, and it's also stated in the report. She was wearing a black shirt with white writing on it, black night pants, and a pair of Vans. The examiner also reported that the word karma was written in blue ink on Bailey's left ankle. A smiley face was also drawn on her right ankle. The report doesn't state who put the writing on her body, but states there were smudged palm prints of dried blood on her thighs and calves. State Attorney R.J. Lariza called the crime horrific during a news conference in late May. Aiden will be tried as an adult, as he should, and has been held without bond. The team pleaded not guilty in Bailey's murder on June 3rd. The witness list in the case has grown to more than 250 names. The list includes residents in the neighborhood where Aiden lived and Bailey's body was discovered, and staff members of the school they attended. Aiden's mother, who has been charged with tampering with evidence, is also on that witness list. I tell you, this kid really has, the elevator doesn't go all the way up to the top floor. It never left the first floor. You know, for you to have so much hatred in your heart to do this to a person who has done nothing to you, there's no reason for him to, you know, act this way. Now, when I was listening, towards her anyway. Now, when I was listening to the news, they also said they spoke with Aiden's girlfriend. He had a girlfriend at the time. Okay? And the girlfriend said that he used to tell her things about, you know, stabbing someone and putting them in the woods. And he even said that he was going to do it to her. He even threatened his own girlfriend of doing that to her. Okay? So, it says here, Aiden Fucci, who's 14, frequently told a close female friend about his desires to kill someone, and would even take his knife out and pretend to stab her with it. The friend told investigators, according to police reports, within the month before his classmate Bailey was found dead with 114 stab wounds, Fucci told his friend that he planned to murder a random person by dragging them into the woods and stabbing them. Aiden would draw graphic pictures, okay, mutilating bodies, and heard voices telling him to kill people. The unidentified friend reportedly told a detective. Aiden knew something was wrong with him and wanted to reach out for help, the friend said. The police documents also revealed new details about the case, including the fact that the young cheerleader's body was found with drawings on both ankles. The word karma, as I talked to you about it before, was written in blue ink on the inside of her left ankle and a smiley face on the inside of her right one. Okay? Now, they're saying it isn't clear who put those drawings there, but I can tell you it was Aiden. He did this. He has drawings. He has satanic drawings at home that they found, okay? He got a female's body drawn with blood coming out of different areas of her body. Something is really wrong up here. And when you have two parents who are not walking a straight line, who are not, you know, their brain is kind of curved, they're not all there. You can imagine what the kid has gone through at home. Okay? So you got to imagine his mental state as well. I really wish people would have spoke up when he was saying these things, and maybe Tristyn Bailey would not, wouldn't be gone today. If somebody would have spoke up and said that he was saying these things, they could have saved her life and someone else's. Because I guarantee you, if he didn't do it to Tristyn, he would have got somebody else. He would have got somebody. Because he said the voices in his head was telling him to kill somebody, to kill someone. Okay? He already telling people, I'm going to kill somebody at random. I'm going to drag them into the woods. Okay? He already had this in his head. So, Tristyn was his victim. And it's so sad because I feel for her parents. I feel for her parents. to find your daughter, your child, on Mother's Day in the woods, dead. Come on. Even if she wasn't found in the woods, just to get that phone call, just to know that your child has been stabbed over 114 times in the woods, just laid out like garbage. Come on. So he needs to be tried as an adult, which I'm glad they are doing so. His mother tampered with evidence because she washed his clothes. Why would she do that? She knew what her son did. That's why. Okay, so let's move forward. During a search of Fucci's home in St. Augustine, officers found a buck knife in his bedroom, a pair of shoes, a shirt with blood on it. The medical examiner said a buck knife found in a pond near where where Bailey's body was found was consistent with stab wounds on her body. Okay, according to the report. Authorities also found several pocket knives and a homemade shank, according to the report, though it wasn't clear if any of those items was possibly connected with the crime. Psst. Jesus. According to the autopsy report, Bailey had 49 defensive stab wounds on her arms and right hand, and was stabbed so savagely that the knife broke off in her scalp. Okay? This guy was brutal and he was a savage. Fucci is charged with first-degree murder now and will be tried as an adult. He has pleaded not guilty. His mother, Crystal Smith, has also been charged with tampering with evidence. I really do feel like if someone would have spoke up and told, hey, you know, this guy, I don't know if he's going to do it or not, but look into him because he's going around telling people that he's going to stab someone to death and he's going to drag them in the woods. You know how many lives you could have saved? Because, like I said before, if it wasn't Tristyn, he was going to get somebody. Whew. Well, you guys, that's all I have on this case. When I find out more, I will let you guys know more about it. All right? And you guys have a good one.